Good morning. It is Thursday, August 22nd, and today is the memorial of the Queenship of Mary. This is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. Coming up, where are the radical feminists when it comes to transgenderism? But first, your local weather and this news. Michigan State Police are confirming the human remains found at a property owned by Dale Warner in Lenawee County are those of his wife, Dee Warner. She had been missing since 2021, and he is charged with killing her. The Jackson County Medical Examiner did the work to identify the remains. The Wayne County Health Department says they have confirmed the county's first case of mpox since 2021. They say there is a low risk that it can spread. Mpox cannot be spread through the air, and someone who has it is contagious for between 2 and 4 weeks. Symptoms include fever, muscle aches, swollen lymph nodes, and fatigue. There's also a rash that resembles blisters or pimples that starts within a day of being exposed. Court documents say Meyer lost over $800,000 to an organized retail fraud operation over several years. Kent County prosecutor Chris Becker says the group found creative ways to steal from the grocery retailer using counterfeit coupon barcodes.
It's amazing how they find unique ways to steal. It's not just walking into, stores and taking items.
Meyer lost $134,000 in less than 2 months in early 2022 during the fraud. 8 people were charged, with most of them being sentenced for conducting a criminal enterprise. Republican U.S. Senate nominee Mike Rogers held a rally in Green Charter Township against the Goshen Electric Vehicle Battery Plant in Mecosta County. The former congressman says the Chinese company does not have our interests at heart and says Washington, D.C. needs to be told a Chinese company is not welcome. There were also people supporting the factory who showed up at the rally. Goshen says they will provide 2,300 jobs at the plant by 2033. For the first time in a decade, Central Michigan University's total enrollment is up. According to the university's preliminary numbers, new freshmen and transfers will increase for the third straight year and will be the largest class since 2019. On-campus housing is also at 98% capacity. Overall enrollment is projected to be less than 2014, when CMU had over 26,000 students. University officials say their goal isn't to get back to that number, and say official enrollment numbers will be released in December. And Catholic Central High School in Novi is opening their new $35 million STEM center. The center has a telescope, observatory, robotics, competition space, and aviation simulator. The simulator gives students the ability to practice flying 20 different aircraft, and the school is discussing the possibility of opening the center to the public. You're listening to Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and streaming on the Ave Maria Radio app. Your local weather is coming up next. Now this.
Ever thought you'd make a bundle by trading in or selling your used vehicle only to find out it's worth a dinner for two? Well, it's much more valuable to donate your vehicle to Ave Maria Radio. Thousands of Americans donate their vehicle each year. The donation to Ave Maria is easy, tax-deductible, and supports our efforts to evangelize. A year from now, will you remember that dinner or your gracious and selfless donation? Go to AveMariaRadio.net to find out more. That's AveMariaRadio.net.
We'll have mostly sunny skies today in Detroit, and our high will be around 78. Tonight will be mostly clear with lows around 58. Tomorrow we'll have mostly sunny skies with highs around 80. The weekend's looking pretty nice. Both Saturday and Sunday will have mostly sunny skies and temperatures in the mid-80s. We'll have mostly sunny skies today in Saginaw, and our high will be around 78. Tonight will be mostly clear with lows around 53. Tomorrow we'll have mostly sunny skies with highs around 80. The weekend looks nice. Saturday will be mostly sunny and temperatures will be in the mid-80s, and Sunday will be mostly sunny with highs in the upper 80s. transgenderism continues to grow in popularity, many have raised this question: where are the radical feminists? Johnette Williams, host of EWTN's Women of Grace, joined Teresa Tomeo on Catholic Connection.
I think with regard to that, Teresa, I think that the fact of the matter is radical feminism has never been for women.
Right.
It's always been for this attempt to basically change the female person into the masculine. And it began, by virtue of its ideology, that the women had a problem, and the problem was that they were women, that they had a womb, that they had the potentiality to conceive a life within that womb, that womb was preventing them from becoming everything they wanted to be within the culture of the day. And so it encouraged that silencing of the womb through contraception, through abortion, through sterilization, through any other means by which they could detach themselves from that reality. And it really hoisted upon them a very masculine way of thinking, an intentionally masculine way of thinking. To make it in the corporate world, you've got to think like a man, act like a man, behave like a man, do what a man does. And that was really the beginning, I think, of this annihilation of the feminine in our contemporary culture. It has roots that go back, centuries ago. If you read Carrie Gress's book, The
Right.
End of Woman, she outlines that. But today, what we're seeing being played out in this transgenderism and in this attempt to make men into women, which is a complete impossibility, no matter how you mutilate the body or charge it up on hormones, you're never going to change the DNA, and you're not going to change the reality. And I think that what we're seeing happening across the board with these kinds of things is nothing more than this attempt of the evil one to accomplish what his goal was from the garden, and that was to get rid of the woman.
Tune into Catholic Connection weekdays at 8 a.m. here on Ave Maria Radio and streaming on the Ave Maria Radio app. St. Amadeus of Lausanne says, dwelling in the loftiest citadel of virtue, like a sea of divine grace or an unfathomable source of love that has everywhere overflowed its banks, Mary poured forth her bountiful waters on trusting and thirsting souls. I'm Matthew Handley, and that does it for this edition of Michigan Mornings. You can stay connected with me on X. I'm at Radio Handley, and Lord willing, I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Until then, goodbye.